You guys still do Facebook? Is it making a comeback with the young folks or no? No? You only do what? Check on grandma. That's it. Nice. I feel really young now. Cooking videos, checking on grandma. This is what Facebook's good for. All right, cool. Where are you guys hanging out at? Instagram? No? Snapchat? What is it? The comedian in the corner. Love it. All right, cool. As Josh said, let me introduce myself. My name is Glenn Lundy, and I am a husband to one and a father to 6. You can see a lot of my kids up here. That is Willow and Fisher and Meredith. And that's Joel over there, and Savannah squeezed in here. This is Savannah. So this is 5 of my 6 kids. I also have an 18-year-old who lives in Arizona named Kira. So I have 6 children. I'm the general manager here at Dan Cummins Chevrolet in Paris, Kentucky, which I absolutely love. And I also have a show that I do on Facebook every morning called Rise and Grind at 5:30 a.m. So I got a lot of things going on, right? Doing a lot of stuff. And so when they told me you guys were coming here, I thought, great, we can talk about the car business, we can talk about some strategies, we can talk about how to buy a car, how to sell a car, things like that. And my good friend Josh Cummins was like, wait a minute, man, these young folks, we can teach them some of that stuff, but really what we need to teach them is we need to teach them like some life skills. We need to teach them how to make some money, right? Does anybody in here want to know how to make any money? Raise your hand if you want to know how to make a little bit of money, right? How about success? You want to be successful? Anybody want to be successful? Raise your hand if you want to be successful. If you don't want to be successful, please go ahead and leave. You can exit out that door right now. Okay, so what I thought we'd do is we'll talk about some things. I'm actually going to give you 5 things. I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do, that you have to do. Absolutely. If you do these 5 things every single day, I guarantee you, 100% guarantee you will be successful. That sound good? You guys interested in that? 5 things. Are you interested in that? I can't hear you. Are you interested in that? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to give you 5 things that you have to do, absolutely have to do every single day, that will change your life and guarantee your success. Now, before we get into all that, I want to give you a little bit of a backstory on me. I did not grow up here. My wife grew up here in Paris, Kentucky. I grew up in Flagstaff, Arizona, all the way over on the other side of the country. And I started off in the car business back when I was 20 years old, I guess. College dropout, that was me. High school, went to college for a year, full ride scholarship on an engineering degree. And then ended up dropping out of college after my first year and getting into the workforce because I found out I was having a little one on the way, the one that's now 18 years old, right? So got into the car business there, experienced that for a while. Wasn't the greatest experience that I ever had in my life. Things kind of went downhill, and at a certain point in my life, custody of my oldest daughter was taken away from me. So at that point, I had to figure out what I was doing with my life, why I was making so many mistakes, and I kind of went on a road show. So I went on a road show and continued to make mistakes all over the United States. I lived in 17 different states over a period of about 2 years before I landed here in Kentucky. I actually landed in Lexington originally. I started my own business there for a while. Then I met my wife, and she drugged me tooth and nail out here to Paris, Kentucky, and it was the absolute best thing that could have ever happened to me. Because once I got to Paris, Kentucky, I got to meet Josh and Dusty Cummins. I got to be a part of this incredible dealership. And since then, things have gone way, way, way up, right? Which I never thought in a million years that I would find my way in a town of what, like 9,600 people or something like that? Because I've lived everywhere. I've lived in San Diego. I've lived in New York. I've lived all over the place. And I couldn't find it until I got here to Paris, Kentucky. So don't think that because you're in a small town, there's not opportunities out there, because they are. This place is pretty incredible. The people are incredible. The opportunities are everywhere. Okay, so that's a little bit of backstory, a little bit of history on me, right? And like Josh said, I started here as a salesman. Then I worked my way up to a sales manager, some different roles. And now I get the pleasure of helping lead the entire team as we're making this push going from where we were 7 years ago to where we are now. We've had a 600% increase in sales over the last 7 years, which is pretty impressive, right? 600% is pretty darn good. So under the tutelage, is that a right word? Under the tutelage, that word sounds funny, of Josh and Dusty Cummins, and obviously this incredible team that we have here of over 270 people, we've been able to do some pretty awesome stuff. So cool. That leads us to today. And now what you really want to know is the 5 things that you have to do every day to be successful, right? Yes. Okay. All right. Cool. We're going to go through those 5 things right now. And you're gonna hate some of them. Okay, I don't really have a slideshow, but I'm gonna start with this one. Okay, first and foremost, who's got a notepad? Do you have a notepad? Do you have notes? Do you got pens? Do you put notes in your phones? What do? You got to write these 5 things down. You're going to think it's 6 things, but it's actually 5 things. And I'll explain why. First thing you have to do is always have a pen and paper. No, I'm just kidding. All right, everybody got pen and paper? Okay, cool. All right, very first thing, we got 5 things that we absolutely have to do every single day. If you do these 5 things, I guarantee you'll be successful. Absolute 100% guarantee, okay? First thing that you have to do every single day, very first thing is never, ever hit the snooze button. Yeah, you guys are like, all right, I'm out, right? I'm done. I'm not listening to this guy anymore. Okay? Never, ever hit the snooze button. Now, let me explain this to you, okay? Back in the caveman days, long time ago, we slept in dangerous areas, right? To say the least. We didn't have houses and security systems and TVs and things like that we have today. We didn't have technology. We were out there in the woods with lions and tigers and bears, oh my, right? So back in the day, what we had to do is our brain would not allow us to go into this full, deep 8 hours, 10 hours, I don't know how long you guys sleep, 6, 8, 10, 12. If you're anything like my oldest, she goes to sleep about 12 hours a day. But we didn't have that ability back in the day. It wasn't safe to go into this deep state of sleep, right? Because it's just dangerous. So what happens is our body, our mind, we actually cycle through these sleep cycles. And the average sleep cycle for most people is typically 2.5 to 3 hours. Somewhere right in there is an average sleep cycle. So you start here, you go to sleep, you go way deep down into your sleep, into REM, and then you start to come all the way back out on the other side. You're a little bit aware, a little bit alert. Then you go into the next sleep cycle, and you just keep rolling like that, right? That's how the body works. So here's what happens when you hit the snooze button. The mind is already anticipating what time you have to get up. You've already adjusted your sleep cycles and your schedule. So you're going through like this, and now it's almost time for you to wake up. So you're right up here at the highest point in your sleep cycle. The alarm goes off. You wake up. You hit snooze. What happens? You go right back into another sleep cycle. You start going back down. You're going into another sleep cycle. And the sleep cycles last how long? 2 to 3 hours. So I got 10 extra minutes of sleep, but now I'm groggy and tired for another 2 to 3 hours because I've put myself in the state of another sleep cycle. Does that make sense? Everybody understand? So absolutely 100% never, ever push the snooze button. Okay? Rule number 1. Rule number 2, of the 5 things you absolutely have to do every single day. If you do these 5 things, I promise you, you will be successful. The second thing, and you guys are going to hate me on this one, second thing you absolutely have to do is first thing in the morning when you wake up, don't touch your phone. Don't touch your phone. You guys are looking at each other like, this guy's seriously crazy. Okay? Don't touch your phone. Now, let me explain why. Okay? The very first hour of the day, that's when your brain is firing all cylinders. We're getting ready to program our mind. We're going to program it with whatever we're about to program it with, okay? So first thing in the morning, if you grab your phone, which let me actually switch over to this other picture real quick. If you grab your phone first thing in the morning, you are now handing over that first hour of the day, you're handing it over to everyone else. You're just giving it to someone else. I'm going to hop into my social media and somebody's going to tell me about how they're getting ready to have brain surgery or how somebody got in an accident or somebody's house got robbed or whatever they're going to tell me, right? I don't even know. I'm just going into social and I'm flipping through and it's all this bad stuff and I'm looking at this and this happened and oh my gosh, and I can't believe it. And now my world, I've gone into somebody else's world. I'm allowing them to control my first hour of my day. The most important hour of the day, I'm handing it over to someone else. So we can't do it, and we're very tempted, especially as business people and as you get into adulting, right? You're very tempted to grab your phone. You want to get into your emails. You want to get into your text. You want to get the day going. You want to start doing all of these things, and I'm telling you, you can't. Absolutely 100% don't do it. The only thing you're allowed to do with your phone first thing in the morning is if you want to grab it, throw on some headphones to get some good music going. You can put on some music like I always do epic, like inspiring. It's like gaming music or movie type music, stuff that gets me going, but absolutely no words. Okay? No words, because those words are now going to direct your day. That's not fair. People are going to direct your day all day. The rest of your life, you're going to have things thrown at you all the time. Commercials, TV commercials, social media, people, parents, friends, they're going to throw things at you the rest of your life. We get this 1 hour, first thing in the morning. Don't give it to anybody else. It's very important, okay? So that's the second thing you absolutely have to do. Don't touch your phone first thing unless you're going to throw some music on. But stay out of your emails, stay out of your text, stay out of your social until you get through the rest of these 5 steps, okay? Well, sort of the rest of the five steps. I'll explain. So that's the second thing. Third thing you absolutely have to do every single day. If you do these things every single day, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You will be successful if you do this every single day. Third thing that you absolutely have to do is you got to write down what you're thankful for and your goals. Now that kind of sounds like 2 things, right? Sounds like 2 steps, but it's actually 1, and let me explain why. Okay, we're going to start off, and this is actually one of my books right here. I have probably 15 or 20 of these so far that I've filled out. And since I started doing this one thing alone, my life has completely changed and skyrocketed. So every day I've got gratitude on the left, everything I'm thankful for, goals on the right, everything I'm thankful for, or everything I'm striving for. And this is every single day. This is just what we do every single morning. This is what we do, okay? This is where I'm at right now. That's from today. Okay? So gratitude left, goals on the right. Now, the reason that we do these 2 steps together, it's simple. We're going back to the brain. We're going to understand the mind. When we go into gratitude, we start to say things that we're thankful for, right? Like I'm thankful for good parents. I'm thankful for the roof that's over my head. I'm thankful for heat, right? Sometimes we just got to be thankful for heat, especially when it's cold and it's winter, right? I'm thankful for whatever it is. I'm thankful for the clothes that I have. I'm thankful for the life that I have. I'm thankful for me. It's my kids, my wife, the Dan Cummins Chevrolet, the people that I work with, those kinds of things, right? So as I start to think about all of the things that I'm thankful for, I'm putting myself in this positive state, right? I'm starting to vibrate on this positive wavelength. Everything's feeling good. I'm not thinking about the bills that haven't got paid. I'm not thinking about the bad things that didn't go right. I'm not thinking about the places where I failed or where I screwed up. I'm not thinking about any of that stuff. I'm thinking about all the things that are good in my life. Now, when I'm in that state of gratitude, that is the absolute best state to start dreaming. Start painting your visions. Start writing your goals. Now, see, we can go into just straight goals, and I've heard people talk about it before. Just wake up, write your goals first thing in the morning. We could go straight into goals, but sometimes when we go into goals with a negative mind, we start to question our own abilities, right? Like, oh, man, I totally screwed that up yesterday. Yeah, I want to be successful one day. Yeah, right, never going to happen. It doesn't work that way. We want to be in a good gratitude state, and then we go into our goals, okay? So that's step 3. So step 1 is what? Never hit the snooze button. Step 2 is don't touch your phones. And step 3 is okay, cool. So far, these are simple things, right? These are simple things. But I promise you, if you do these 5 things every single day, absolutely promise you, you will be successful one day. I absolutely promise you. So those are the 3 steps. Now, step number 4, we have to take care of the physical, okay? And I don't really have like a slideshow. I just have a couple pictures, so I'm putting them up here. All right? Hey, how you doing? Step number 4 is you got to take care of your physical. You got to take care of your body, okay? Got to take care of it. That means eating something good, right? We want to eat some good breakfast. That means, and working out looks different for everybody. It depends on where you're at in your life, and it depends on your physique. It depends on who you are. So working out, might mean lifting weights. It might mean going for a run. It might mean, hitting up a bike or doing whatever you like to do. Just something physical. We got to take care of the body. We want to be healthy, right? So we're doing something physical. We're getting the body in motion. We're being active, that kind of thing. That would be step 4, incredibly important. If you're not healthy, if the body's not healthy, then the mind can't be healthy, okay? If you're not taking care of your body, you can't really take care of anything. So you got to take care of yourself. That's step 4. We take care of the physical. Now, I'm totally okay between step 3 and 4. You want to start digging into your social. You want to start answering some emails. You want to start doing things like that, being productive. Cool. Totally cool. Like audio books, things like that. As I'm going to the gym, I'll listen to audio books. I know Josh Cummins, he listens to a lot of audio books. Things like that. Audio books are always great. Good music, getting pumped up, getting jacked up. Totally cool, man. We've got our gratitude. We've got our goals. We've spent an hour on ourselves. And now we're going to go out and be physical. We're starting to attack the day. We're starting to attack the world, right? So that's number 4. 5th and last thing, okay? These are the 5 things you absolutely have to do every single day to be successful. The fifth and very last thing is I want you to send out an encouraging message to someone, period. It could be a stranger, it could be someone that you care about, it could be your parent, it could be your brother, it could be a sister, it could be a kid. Say something kind. Lift someone up. Encourage somebody. Be nice. Really easy, right? Really easy. And this right here, read this. Positive text messages from people you care about can actually have a positive influence on your body and improve your mood. And this is huge. We have gotten up in the morning. We did not hit the snooze button. We didn't grab our phone. We spent an hour on ourselves. We wrote down our gratitude. We wrote down our goals. We took care of our physical. We are vibrating on this awesome frequency. We are out there in the world. We've got all this energy. We are jacked up, right? We've got all this energy, and now you got to take it and just share it with somebody. Just share it with somebody. Smile at somebody big. Tell them that they've got a great shirt on today, that they look good in those jeans, whatever it is, man. Share it with somebody. Release this positive energy. When you start to network and make other people feel better about themselves, that's when your life blossoms. That's when you start to skyrocket, when you can start to give back. That was the biggest issue I had in my younger days. So I was incredibly selfish. It was all about Glenn. What can Glenn do for Glenn? How can Glenn make Glenn's life better? And it wasn't until I started to realize that once I start making other people's lives around me better, that's when my life started to become elevated. Does that make sense? So 5 things. We're just going to run through them one more time, make sure everybody's got them. Don't hit the snooze button, right? What's the second thing? Don't touch your phone. Third thing? Thankful and goals. Number 4? Take care of your body. Number 5? Send out a positive message. Can you guys do these things? Very simple, very easy, right? Awesome. I promise you guys, do these things and you will be successful. Guarantee it. Thank you. That's all I got.